I nearly made a mistake. I placed an order for the Xbox Ally X, then I cancelled it, and then I ordered the regular one, and then I cancelled that as well. And then I realised, you know what? I am actually happy with my Steam Deck OLED. I don't want another handheld. And now I'll show you some of the games that I am playing. First up is Radiolight. It's a 5-year project by a solo developer. It's supposed to be a cross between Firewatch and Twin Peaks, and I've only been playing the demo. It has released as of me speaking right now. It's honestly very good. The graphics are automatically set on Ultra. It is between 30 to 40 frames per second, but if you're enjoying a game, honestly, don't let that get in the way. At the moment, it's just a PC release. And if you are wondering why I am not going into the cabin, it is because I am scared. I think there's something in there. Next up is Shiro in the Coal Mine, which is based on the Japanese anime Shin, and honestly, it's hilarious. It's about a 5-year-old who goes on holiday and just creates havoc, catches bugs, and it's just bags of fun. It's totally different to other games I've played. There is a first game in the series called Me and the Professor on a Summer Vacation, and that was great. I managed to finish that, and this game's exactly the same. It's just charming. It's the graphics. They just look lovely, and it just runs great. You won't run into any performance issues with this at all. The next game is LEGO Lord of the Rings. The developers have recently updated this one to make it Steam Deck verified, which is just great. It just shows how good the Steam Deck is really. The fact that I think it's 13 years old, that a developer is wanting to update this game, and it runs just brilliantly. It runs at 90 frames per second. There are a few dips here and there, but honestly, it's just wonderful to have this. It is probably the most authentic Lord of the Rings cinematic universe experience that you can have today with any of the games out right now. This one's Little Kitty Big City. You play as a cat that's fallen out of their apartment window, and they're trying to find their way back, and they're just creating mayhem along the way. You have to solve puzzles, jump around, meet new friends, and you can even annoy the locals, which is actually quite fun to do. Another game I like to play is Spider-Man Remastered. I'm perfectly happy at keeping this capped at 30 frames per second, and I keep frame gen off because of the ghosting issues. Another funny game is I Am Fish. You play as a fish who's trying to meet up with his mates at the ocean, and performance isn't too bad. You can get a fixed 40 frames per second. It does tend to dip below that, and yeah, it's quite fun. The physics are a bit annoying, but it is fun to play, and I picked it up quite cheap. Firewatch is a classic. It's such a shame that a sequel for it probably will never be released, as the original developing group have disbanded and they're now part of Valve. But it is still a great game to visit, and obviously, like the game I mentioned earlier with Radiolight, you have so many other developers taking inspiration from this. But if you haven't tried it, give it a go. It's on quite a few platforms, and yeah, it's quite fun, and you'll get 60 frames per second on this one. Another unexpected choice for me, you run a laundrette, and you put arcade machines in it. And yeah, it sounds like a strange combination, but it's actually quite addictive. And I believe it's supposed to be set in the 90s as well, so it gives a nice sort of a nostalgic feel there. I remember watching reruns of DuckTales when I was a kid, and when I found out this game was being released, it was just amazing, honestly. I didn't actually get it until a few years later, but it's so much fun. They remastered the NES version, and it's just such a charming game. You can pop the difficulty down if it's too hard, and yeah, the performance is great also. Of all the games I showed you, my favourite out of the bunch was Spider-Man Remastered. I've played it before on the PS4, and obviously the remastered version for PS5, and I think it's better than Spider-Man 2. I don't know if that's controversial, but it's just a much simpler game. Spider-Man 2, I love the fact Miles Morales came in, but in terms of the story, I just found Spider-Man 1 a lot better. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like the video and consider subscribing, and until next time.